retirement or not, you absolutely should be. At any age, it's important to make sure you have a plan in action or a plan in writing, as our friend Pete is going to discuss with us today. So we have the president and founder of Preservation Financial Group with years of experience, Mr. Pete Tykes. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks, Clarissa. Good to be here.
Absolutely. So let's just start with the basics, right? What income sources specifically am I going to be relying on when it comes to retirement, and what do I expect from each of those?
Well, that's a very common question, right? Everybody wants to start with the basics. So the basics for most people are Social Security, pensions, and any other particular passive income somebody might have. It's also critical to know things like, do I have an income cliff problem? And an income cliff problem could be if you're single and you're going to retire and your income is going to go down substantially. But more commonly, the income cliff problem is something that affects married people. So if you have a married couple, let's just say it's John and Mary, and they've got $10,000 of monthly income in retirement, and their income after John passes away, because there's an 81% chance that us fellas will die first. If John passes away and their income goes from $10,000 to $5,000 because his pension stops and one of the Social Security stops, we've got a big problem. So we always want to have a plan in writing that addresses things like this, like the income cliff, and to know where your particular income is going to come from. Well, obviously, expenses typically increase with inflation, right? And some retirement is also taxable. So asking this question helps you evaluate how your plan will maintain your purchasing power over time and adjust for tax obligations and adapt to any changes in your spending needs, such as healthcare and hobbies. The answer for most people, though, is having a well-diversified portfolio that's going to be properly balanced between safety for income and growth to keep up with that inflation.
Definitely. And I know, coming from my own community and culture, we didn't grow up hearing a whole lot about our portfolio, but it's something we're hearing more and more often because it is important to ensure that longevity of your retirement. So if I want to ensure that my income lasts throughout my lifetime, what strategies would I take?
Well, that's also a very common question. And running out of prematurely is one of the biggest worries, fears that the baby boom generation and many of us others often feel. But usually it's going to involve a plan that's of not just a well-diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and ETFs, but maybe also working in some safe vehicles like fixed annuities or fixed index annuities that give safety to a portfolio to make sure that you don't run out prematurely taking out money while the market's down.
All right. Well, it's clear you know what you're talking about. And unfortunately, our time here on the show is limited, right? So for anyone who's looking for more information, I know I am. How can we reach out to you? Where can we get more details?
You can check us out on the internet at preservationfinancialgroup.com or go to our YouTube channel, which is Balanced Retirement Planning.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing your expertise with us today, Pete. It's so helpful. Again, at any age, we all need to be thinking about the long term and making sure that we have everything in writing so that we can pursue that plan of action. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Clarissa. Good to talk to you.
You too.